It's not looking good for Sean Diddy Combs, okay? The news is out, okay? And I get it. Like most of us, since that FBI raid that happened months and months ago, we were like, okay, great. What's it? They took all the stuff, they took all of his things, and then that was it. They asked a few questions, and now seemingly every other TMZ article is Diddy taking a bike ride, Diddy's playing frisbee in the park, Diddy's going for a swim in his pool, Diddy just got back from the award show, Diddy was just in Canada. Like, they're all this Diddy news, and it has nothing to do with the fact that he was throwing freak parties in his mansions all over the country. And so the verdict and the evidence was finally sifted through and brought down. And we now have Sean Diddy Combs in custody.
What are we doing?
And so it's the news of the week, you know what I mean? Sean Diddy Combs was held without bail Tuesday after being charged with racketeering conspiracy for allegedly running an empire that he engaged in sex trafficking, forced labor, and or kidnapping, arson, and other crimes. Okay, we all saw the video. We all saw what he did to the girl. We all saw him drag her through the root. Like, it's not, we knew, like, this is definitely nowhere near the end. This is only the beginning. Like, there will be names. This is like, I don't want to pin him as an Epstein level type of situation, but this is like a kind of close second. You're going to hear a lot of names you know in the news. And if P. Diddy's name is anywhere in that article, it's probably not good for that celebrity friend that you may or may not know or look up to or love. So, and we're going to get to a couple names in this episode. You know what I mean? We can't get through it without mentioning a few key players. So, he was also charged with sex trafficking by force and transportation to engage in prostitution. Combs has pled not guilty. Of course.
What are we doing?
The music mogul was arrested on late Monday in Manhattan, roughly 6 months after federal authorities conducted a sex trafficking investigation, raided his luxurious home in Los Angeles and Miami simultaneously. We all remember that day. But he wasn't arrested that day for some unknown reason. That was just their evidence collection day, I suppose. The incident detailing the charges was unsealed Tuesday morning. According to the indictment, Combs abused, threatened, and coerced women and others around him to fulfill his sexual desires, protect his reputation, and conceal his conduct. AKA, he made him do stuff. He made them do things that they didn't want to do. I'll let your imagination run wild, but we have it on good authority that he's got a 40-foot bed in the backyard.
What are we doing?
So at any given time, we can fit 40 to 50 people in one bed. I mean, it's just let your imagination, like I'm sure he has for the last decade, run wild. Okay, so it's not good. It's not good. It's not good, and it's disgusting, and it's weird, and this is what happens when you have too much money. Okay, people think people think Elon and Jeff Bezos with their big boats and everything. People think that looks sexy. You know what's sexy? This shirt. You know what's not sexy? $1 billion, because this is what fucking happens.
What are we doing?
You get bored. You can't buy anything anymore. What are you going to buy? You already have a new iPhone on the way. You already have everything you want. You can order anything at any given time. That gets boring. So the next logistical thing you start buying and paying for is people and services by them. And so whether it's your male companions in the music industry, your female companions, friends, family, maybe people who aren't of age, I don't know. Allegedly, it's just a sticky situation where a lot of people, I don't think, wish. You're going to start hearing this term a lot. I was at the party and left early. Hey, how many people have you heard say it?
What are we doing?
How many people? Go ahead, put in the comments below. How many celebrities on your TikTok, on your Twitter feeds, on your Facebook feeds, on the Reels, How many of your friends like Damon Wayans has gone on interviews and on record already saying that, yeah, I was at the Diddy party, but I must have left early because I didn't see any of that shit.
What are we doing?
Is going to be the excuse. Yeah, I was on Jeffrey Epstein's jet, but like, we were just going to dig up dinosaur bones in Montana because that's what we do as a family on the weekend.
What are we doing?
Like, Jeffrey wasn't there. Ghislaine was a friend of a friend of a friend. They set the whole thing up. We just used the jet. We're innocent. We swear to God, we've never seen anything at Diddy's parties, dude. And so, how many people? You know what I'm saying? It's a bit strange. And so you're going to start hearing that, and you're going to start thinking, and you're going to start hearing things from the past. We'll kind of bring that. Whoa, dude, I didn't hit that on purpose. But it's appropriate. It scared me a little bit. I thought someone was coming I thought P. Diddy was coming into the studio to get me. Oh, that was a great moment. Clip that shit. Combs 54 relied on employees, resources, and influence of his multifaceted business's empire to create a criminal enterprise whose members and associates engaged in and attempted to engage in, amongst other crimes, sex trafficking, forced labor, kidnapping, arson, bribery, and obstruction of justice, the indictment said. Diddy allegedly controlled women by paying them with drugs, withholding financial support, and resorting to violence. Allegations that mirror, allegations that mirror 11 civil complaints filed against him since 2023. Okay. And so the biggest news out of this whole thing is that when they went to the house or the hotel room, wherever they picked him up or wherever they had a warrant to search for, it was pretty apparent to the people on the scene and, of course, the news anchors who followed suit after that this was, in fact, their guy. Because you don't get arrested with over 1,000 bottles of baby oil just on the shelves of your house with no one going, what are these? What are these over here for? You know what I mean? What are all these? Sean, look at me. Hey, these right here. What are these for? You just like the cut. Is it an art piece? It's an art piece. It's an art piece.
What are we doing?
You sick motherfucker. You sick people. What do you think Sean Diddy Combs is using 1,000 bottles of baby oil for, huh? It's an art installation. He had some hipster college kid from some small town community college come in, and he said, I want it to be colorful. I want it to be modern. It's Johnson & Johnson. He did it in 2020 when the Johnson & Johnson COVID shot was out. Sean Diddy Combs got the Johnson & Johnson COVID shot.
What are we doing?
And so to incorporate that into the art installation, it was 1,000 bottles of baby oil. He doesn't actually use them for anything, folks. Come on. What do you think he uses? And then the three AR-15s, AK-47s, whatever weapons they found, fine. Listen, what person in America, white, black, Haitian, whoever you are in America, most people, not this house because we don't believe in it, but most people, you're going to find a gun in their house. That's fine. But the 1,000 bottles of lube is what I need you all to understand. Is that here's the issue. For your next chapter of your life, from here on out, from starting right now, for the rest of your life, here's a new life rule I need you to all live by. If you walk into any establishment and you see more than one bottle of baby oil on a shelf or however it's displayed anywhere, leave. Get the fuck out. Run as quick as you can, grab your belongings, and go home.
What are we doing?
And don't look back, dude. Don't return. Don't say anything to anyone. If you see 2, 3, 4, and if there's that many, that means there's plenty more to come. If you see more than one bottle of baby oil, if you see more than one full bottle of lube at any establishment, a house party, a Pampered Chef get together, now obviously if you're doing one of those like, female toy parties that the girls did like a few years ago in their early 20s because they thought it was sexy, selling the dildos to all their friends in the circle in the living room. A few of them would buy it, but you just did it for the 30% off discount because you wanted a toy of your own. It's fine. That's the only situation where more than one bottle of lube is acceptable.
What are we doing?
But other than that, leave. Get out. If you go to a wedding, if you go to an arcade, if you go to a birthday party at someone's house, you go to a backyard barbecue, and you go into the bathroom, even if it's a bathroom cabinet, you're just looking for a towel to wash your hands, and you open it up, even if it's not publicly displayed, you accidentally stumble upon a private collection of more than one full bottle of baby oil, run for your fucking life.
What are we doing?
Get out, because that situation never ends good, okay? It never ends good. We call these events the freak-offs, folks. We're calling them, this isn't what we made up. This isn't what we made up. This is what the person on the TV says. This is what's in the documents. It's in the legal documents as, quote, freak-offs. Sean Diddy Combs forced women into sick, and this is the article, dude. This is real life. This is where we're at. This is where you go when you get $1 billion in your pocket. Sean Diddy Combs forced women into sick, freak-off sex sections with male prostitutes that were often recorded while the music producer masturbated, a bombshell indictment alleged Tuesday. The music mogul, 54, who has been hit with federal sex trafficking and racketeering charges, allegedly got his female victims into the days-long sexual performances as part of his alleged pattern of abuse dating back to more than a decade, Manhattan federal prosecutor said.
What are we doing?
Freak-offs were elaborate and produced sex performances that Combs arranged, directed, masturbated during, and often electronically recorded, the newly unreleased court papers alleged. And so basically, he just came up with a new term. He's a porn director.
What are we doing?
He is a disgusting porn producer. He would have people come over to his house and he would produce porn for adults. It wasn't for adults, it was for himself. But the issue was he was just in the background fapping one while they were supposed to be filming the porn. And I think the only other change and issue was the people in the porns didn't actually know they were being recorded or signed up for or had consent to or actually wanted to be in or actually wanted to not be there at all in the porns. It was kind of a forced thing. So I guess he really wasn't that, and he's a sick and twisted individual criminal.
What are we doing?
And so the freak-offs, dude. First of all, I was invited to a 4th of July party. No one ever said anything to me about a freak-off, okay? And according to my legal team, I just met with my lawyer last night for a few hours. We talked about all this. And he has advised me to say that yes, as in fact I was myself, you will find my name, Levi, on the guest list of one of the 4th of July P. Diddy parties in 2022 or 2023. We're not sure which year it was. But I did not attend. First of all, I couldn't make it. Second of all, I didn't want to go.
What are we doing?
Because a little birdie told me not to, and I trusted that instinct, and that's why you might find my name, dude. I wasn't there, and I didn't see anything.
What are we doing?